Have you been wondering if you need a website in order to build your brand? Do you need one? Do you need one now? Do you need one later? Is it a factor in your business? How does that tie into your branding? I want to talk about this today because I get this question a lot of times that, I'm meeting entrepreneurs who say that they want a website, but they're not sure when's the timing. They just know they need to have it and it's important for their brand. So let me explain this in detail so you get a clear understanding of how this works with your brand and whether or not you need one now or later or what have you. Okay. My name is Renee. I am a brand strategist and designer, and I help entrepreneurs to stand out and attract their ideal clients through branding. And so I want to explain this to you because I want you to have a clear path towards what you should be doing first. How should you prioritize your website, essentially? So, for example, and I want to give this example to you so you can give this some thought. I have had people refer other people to me, other entrepreneurs for work and given me their information, and then I've gone ahead and tried to Google them. Or in some cases where I have more information about them, so I'll do a little Google search. But the worst scenario for them is when I can't find them. Nothing is worse than when you are trying to do business, you're trying to pitch someone or, look them up to get more information because you've been referred this person and you know that, okay, your credible source has referred this person to you, and now you're going to look them up and there's no web presence, you can't find information about them. Kind of like on Facebook, if you don't post, then it doesn't exist, it never happened. If you don't snap, it never happened. It's kind of the same thing with websites. If you Google someone and they don't show up in search, they don't have a website, if they have a social media presence, it's going to help them. But if they're not managing that presence and it's randomness or inappropriateness, then it's not going to serve them, their brand. But if you don't have a website as a business owner, then I'm moving on to the next provider. I'm moving on to the next contact, the next person on my list. And you don't want this to happen to you. You don't want someone to skip over you and your services because they couldn't find you, because the search was too difficult, they couldn't locate you, and they said, you know what, I don't have time for this. You want to stand out, right? You want to do service. You don't want to do a disservice to your business. So you do need a website. But the timing of it, do you need one now? You're building your business. You're trying to get clients. You might be new to entrepreneurship. Do you need one right away? Here's one thing. Okay, I brought up the issue about search and having some sort of presence when people Google schmoogle, look you up, and they want to find more information, and you should pop up in the search. The other thing about a website, how it serves you, and I know that in our industry here, being digital marketers, being business owners in this space, there is the belief that blogs are dead, and RIP blogs. But blogs are not dead. They're not dead. They will still serve you, do your business justice by giving you traffic, SEO, search engine optimization. That still exists, and blogs are still a credible source and a great tool of getting that traffic. Why do you want that traffic? Because if you are planning to be in business for the next year, 5 years, the next couple of years, then you want to have a blog. You want some sort of way of people finding you versus you always doing the hunt for clients. You want people, like in my case, or you've done this, where you've done a Google Smoogle, you've done a search, and then you found someone, your rankings have helped you. Or maybe they found your content and then from there started to explore your site and started to find out more about your brand. So if you're in your business for the long-term game, that long-term end game, then you do want to have a website that incorporates a blog. That's going to help you. Not to mention you're owning your platform, so you have a better chance of being discovered. And why do you want to be discovered? As I said before, you can get potential clients. But not only that, from a branding perspective, you want to stake a claim on your brand name, your brand presence, especially if you've come up with some sort of name, some sort of business name, or catchy saying, slogan, courses even, and you want, maybe you've trademarked this already, your course, your program, your offering, or your business. It would be wise for you to then also lock down your www, whatever your course, whatever your website is, lock that in, because then it becomes so much harder from a branding perspective to claim it. I know this. I know even with my own website, someone else owns I'm saying my.com. Someone else owns a .com of my name. I have a common name. Now, I have different URLs that I use to point to my brand based on what I'm doing. But had I jumped on that earlier, yes, I would have staked a claim on it. Yes, you do want it, because people are trained already in their minds, and you can do this research. People are already trained in their minds to think of, well, I want to find so-and-so, or I'm looking for this service provider, googleshmoogle.com, and more likely than not, it should come up. It should come up. Some sort of information about that business or, that owner should come up. And if it doesn't, then you're missing out on brand recognition. You're missing out on people finding you. So that's another reason why to stake a claim on your digital space, is for the sake of just overall branding, right? The other thing is, okay, why do you need a website now? You might have clients already, and you're doing fine, and you've been able to pick these folks up, and you didn't even have a website. Yes, it's possible. But in terms of, once again, someone's looking you up, or you want to put information out there, that first impression, what is that first impression like? What does that look like? Do you even have that? Are you making that impression? And your site will do that for you, right? When someone looks you up, your site comes up, even if it's a one-page site, and it looks professional, and it's saying that you're an expert. You actually know what you're talking about. You're not just claiming to be a business coach, but you actually have credentials. You have people who are giving you thumbs up. There's your testimonials. You have street cred. You have people who are vouching for you. And you can tell your story. Why are you the expert? That's where you start factoring your story and letting people know more about you, especially if they haven't met you anywhere else. They haven't met you on social media. They haven't met you on Facebook. They haven't met you anywhere else on YouTube. They haven't met you on Instagram. They haven't found you anywhere else yet. Maybe they just heard about you, or a friend referenced, mentioned your name because maybe you've helped them out. Or maybe they did find you in a group and they said, let me look up this person. Let me see more about what they have to do, what they're doing, and nothing came up. They're like, okay, waste of time. Let me keep moving on. So that's why your website will serve you, to help you with showing that you are a professional, that you know what you're doing. You're an expert at what you do. Then once people are on your site, you can further hook them in, because now your site will, like I said before, it's telling the story, but also the messages that you use, what you're saying on your site. How are you enticing people? How are you taking them through the path of your site? What do you want them to do once they're there? You want them to learn more about you, but then your site helps you because you can prompt them to take some sort of action, whether it's connecting with you, opting into your email list, something like that. Or maybe you're trying to then, maybe that's the first time that they're learning about your offer. You might have some coaching services, or you might have some courses, or, you might have an upcoming launch or something that may just be timely, and it's so perfect that that person stumbled upon your site, because even if they're not jumping on it now, they're aware of it and it's now in their mind. And maybe, if they like what they see and read and hear, they might connect with you. They might opt into your email list. They might follow you on one of these platforms. That's how your site will then serve you. It's not just the first impression and just having a website because you need to have a website, but it's also from a branding perspective. What is the impression that I'm making with my site? How am I, the long-term game, hooking people in? And then how am I sharing my story through my site? And that's what branding, doing this type of branding will do for your business. That's what it'll do. So, question. Can you have a business without a website? You can start a business without a website. Yeah, you can. You can go in any platform. You can go in person. You can go pitch your services, find someone who needs your services and feels that it's the right connection. Remember, it's all about that deeper emotional connection that really drives people to open up their purses, their pockets, and buy and work with people and hire you. It becomes that sort of thing. There's, of course, that level to it. But you can forge all of that and still have a business that's running and working for you in the absence of a website. But if you're trying to stick around and be in business for the long term, and if you're trying to, especially for you folks out there who are now next leveling their business, and now maybe you've been doing your coaching or you've been doing consulting for a year now, or maybe even 6 months, you're 6 months in and you've already tested the waters in your business, you know what works, and you don't want to look like a rookie. You want to show people that you know what you're doing, and you need a site that establishes that works both for the first impression, but also is helping you with your business, whether it's, you have courses on that site, or that site is now a way to entice people to book a call with you. You need it. So that's where it comes into play. Your site does help you out in business and in your brand. So you do need one, maybe not. Is it absolute? I highly recommend it. I do, especially since social media platforms come and go, and you don't want, whatever platform's working for you today, if it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it shuts down, it changes the game, it changes algorithms as it does, and now you don't have people coming to you. Goodness, how many times have I heard this story, especially what's happening right now in YouTube, where people are losing subscribers, losing followers, because they've only made YouTube the only platform where they're making money and generating business, and they don't have their own website that people can say, well, I notice I haven't gotten notifications on videos from so-and-so. Now how do I hear about them? They don't have a website. So how do I follow them? Oh, I think they might be. And then maybe their Instagram isn't branded the same way as YouTube, so they're having difficulty finding them on Instagram. And maybe, their attention span is not even that deep yet, so they'll move on to the next YouTuber who can entertain them or infotain them or answer their questions that they have. You don't want that to happen. So have a stake, have a claim on your digital platform, have a stake on your digital platform, your branding, get that in order. You do need a website. And yeah, not to mention one last thing that your site will do for you, if you do have services and courses and all those amazing things built into your site, is that you can go to sleep tomorrow and your website will be doing service for you, right? I mean, as long as someone can find it, Google it, comes up, it's doing work for you while you sleep. So there you go. So if you have questions about this, leave some comments below. If this video was helpful for you, do like it, share it, and subscribe for more videos. And if you're feeling like, okay, I am at the point now where I maybe am new in my business, or you know what, I want to next level my business. I'm ready to make my business look professional, sharp. I'm ready to get my message right. I'm ready to make sure that I am communicating and I'm not making any mistakes here. I am clearly communicating with the type of person who I want to do business with. Then, and you know that, you're like, I am serious about my business. Book a call with me. The link is below. Book a call. We will talk about this. I want to hear more about what you're working on, the vision for your brand, and we'll work that through. So link below, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.